I began my way as a scientist. It was during pandemic. I was pregnant. In my project, I explore the polylactic. It's a new plastic. These polymers, they are produced from plants. The structure of polymers don't degrade as a just plant. It degrades like plastic. And my work is aimed to know the aging process. The novelty of my work that I do it not for the traditional technologies. I use this material in a 3D printer. You did a small step and another scientist do a small step, and that one day one person can collect all this knowledge and do a scientific discovery.
Plastic is all around us, and its amount keeps growing steadily. Every year, new types of polymers are introduced, adding to the problem. The planet is already burdened with billions of tons of plastic waste that will take centuries to decompose. Environmentalists point out that from the moment a person is born, they begin to leave their plastic footprint on the Earth. This material accompanies us throughout life and stays in nature long after we are gone. The industry is constantly introducing new types of plastic. These materials are designed for use in packaging, medicine, technology, and other fields with a focus on making polymers stronger, lighter, and cheaper. However, this drive for innovation comes with a significant downside. Many new plastics cannot be processed using traditional recycling methods. It remains unclear how long these materials will take to decompose in nature or the extent of the harm they might cause to ecosystems. Kazakhstani scientist Saltanat Bergaliyeva is addressing these challenges. She navigates the life cycle of new plastics to identify the most effective methods for their disposal and recycling.
Should we compost it? Should we recycle it? How recycled? Mechanical or chemically? It's a question too. And we should know in several years how it will behave. In my project, I explore the polylactic acid. It's a PLA plastic. We can say that it's a new plastic because in the publications we can see the mentions of these polymers from 1975, and several years ago it became very popular. Why it's popular? Because it's bio-based, and now in the world, bio-based, it was like environmentally friendly, but now we can say that bio-based equal to environmentally friendly, because yes, these polymers, they are produced from plants, from sugar, from potato, from corn or beet. But after we did it as a polymers, the structure of polymers don't degrade as a just plant. It degrades like plastic. And my work is aimed to know the aging process. I put the polylactic into the higher humidity, and because there are investigations that polylactic he frightened from water, from moisture. But when I put my samples to the climatic chamber, I saw that it degrades. It begins to degrade only 2 years of being put in exported moisture. And I didn't see any changes in chemical and physical structure of my of polylactide when I put it to a higher temperature. Not higher like melting temperature, under the glass transition temperature. It was the first part of my project. I tried to age and to look the answer of the polymer to extra high humidity and temperature.
The scientist conducted an artificial aging process on plastic and reused the material. She found that it had become less durable. Professor Bergaliyeva then focused on improving the properties of these polymers to give them a second life and prevent them from reaching landfills prematurely. Reusing materials is one of the most effective strategies in combating plastic waste. By enhancing the quality of recycled polymers, she's making this process more sustainable and efficient.
First of all, I tried to do a mixture when I took recycled or used polymers and add the same polymer but pure polymer. And I did it in different proportions. I took several proportions, and my experiment showed that when you use 75% of recycled polymer and only 25% of pure polymer, you can save the properties of polylactide. And it's very good results, because you add a little amount of pure polymer, but you receive a new polymer. And this experiment was very good, but I decided to do the properties not the same. I decided to do it better. And then I to my polylactide PLA I add 3% of titanium dioxide. Why I choose the particles of titanium dioxide? Because we know that polylactide is frightened from UV lights. And as you know, in cosmetology and creams, producers use titanium dioxide because they said that it can reflect the UV lights. And here I put titanium dioxide because I want to do this polymer be useful in outside conditions. It was a very unexpected results. Its mechanical properties are higher than these three samples.
The experiment concluded that adding titanium dioxide to recycled plastic makes it stronger. This means it can be reused, potentially multiple times. This discovery advances science in developing more durable polymers, helping to reduce the amount of plastic waste.
The novelty of my work that I do it not for the traditional technologies. I use this material in a 3D printer. As we know, 3D printing is a fourth industrial revolution, and it's very easy to do in a very short period of time. It produces a lot of waste, but how this polymer can be used again, I didn't find a lot of publications on this topic, and so I decided that it will be a good and hot topic to investigate. This is a standard printer, and it's not expensive, and this can be used at home, and it's very useful for small enterprises. And the idea of my project was that you can print everything at home, and when you don't need it, you can recycle it, you can use it again.
Another part of the scientists' extensive project on plastic recycling is the development of a standard for secondary polymers. This is a regulatory document that describes all the properties of the material. Since these polymers are still insufficiently studied, it is important to understand their structure and methods of disposal. The professor has already published a scientific paper on recycled polymers. In the first year, the Kazakhstani scientists' research was cited more than 20 times. This indicates that the experimental results are being applied in the studies of other researchers. Every scientist's path is unique. Saltanat Bergaliyeva started her career in the construction industry, working in certification and standards compliance. Her role focused on ensuring quality and meeting regulatory requirements, demanding precision, discipline, and a deep understanding of processes. Over time, her growing interest in exploring the properties and potential of materials drew her toward science. She realized she didn't just want to follow established standards, she wanted to develop new solutions.
I decided to receive a master's degree because it was a time when people said that to be a good specialist you need to be a master. And then I went to master degree, and when I begin this study, my professor at that time, she said, "Oh, you should try to teach." I said, "Okay, I will try." And I begin to teach. I like it, and then I decided to find a way how to become a PhD. I'm from Uсть-Каменогорск, and there wasn't a specialty that I was interested in. And I moved from Uсть-Каменогорск to Almaty because I really, it was I don't want to be a scientist, I want to be a PhD. And I moved to Almaty, and I applied four times. I passed all exams, everything, but I can't receive a grant to this study. And when I decided, no, it's not my way and I will not participate in it anymore, my colleague from university, she said, you should try to apply again. And I said, okay, I will try, but I don't believe that I can do it and I will receive. And actually, I passed exams again, my fifth time, and finally I received it.
In 2019, Saltanat Bergaliyeva was awarded a scholarship from the University of Cadiz in Spain. This opportunity allowed her to spend 8 months researching new methods of plastic recycling, collaborating with leading scientists in the field, and exchanging expertise. Being part of an international research group gave her access to advanced laboratories and equipment, significantly accelerating her experiments. Today, her collaboration with the University of Cadiz continues as Saltanat and her colleagues share research results. This partnership not only benefits her project but also strengthens scientific ties between Kazakhstan and Spain.
Before my way in science, I thought that science is not for me and it's really difficult. It's only genius people can do a science. But when I begin to do my experiments, to publish my papers, I understand that you need just a person who will show you direction, and you need to be a hard worker. You need to think a lot about your topic, you need to read a lot, you need to communicate with other people who work on the same topic as you. Before, I think that science is something you need to do something really big, really important, something that nobody can do. But when I begin to do, I understand that you did a small step and another scientist do a small step, and that one day one person can collect all this knowledge and do a scientific discovery, and maybe he will receive a Nobel Prize. But I did a small step. I put my tiny piece of my knowledge to a whole science. When I began my way as a scientist, it was during pandemic. I was pregnant, and I really want to stop all my job because I don't have energy for my project and for my scientific topic. But my husband, he said me, no, if you begin, please continue. I believe that you can do it. And of course, when you do when you do a science, you go, and one day you think, no, I will never get my aim. I will never will be there where I want to be in my scientific project. And at that time, you just need to breathe, to have a rest. The main conclusion that I did from my mistakes during my scientific way, it's you need to do some little step, and you will receive a good results. You will receive something. But before, when this step is left, you decided to stop. You think that this is the most difficult point in your way, you should go. You should continue, you shouldn't stop, because after this difficult point, it will be something good.
Publications are an essential part of any scientist's work. Professor Bergaliyeva has published 3 articles in Q1 journals, among the most prestigious and widely cited in the field. Her research on plastic recycling and sustainable materials has gained notable attention from the international scientific community.
When you are in science, you are reading of the publications of other scientists, and every time you are monitoring what are people doing in our field. And now the topic of my project is very actual, and it's very hot, because we need to reduce the polymer waste in our environment. What I want to do, I want to win a grant from our government, a big grant that will be enough to buy a good equipment here in Kazakhstan, that I can, now I'm teaching, and I look to students not as a student, I look there for potential scientists. I try to collect students who is interested in science, who wants to be a part of university community, and I want to open that kind of laboratory and work here with the students of our university. It will be useful for the development of science in Kazakhstan.
The scientist is tackling one of the most urgent environmental challenges of our time, the increasing amount of plastic waste. Her goal is to develop standards and technologies that make it possible to efficiently use and recycle new types of polymers while minimizing their environmental impact. Her research covers the full life cycle of plastics, from studying aging processes to creating enhanced materials fit for reuse. Saltanat Bergaliyeva is a face of Kazakhstani science. Her work is paving the way for solutions that not only reduce plastic waste but also drive the development of recycling technologies in Kazakhstan and worldwide.